Right, I'm live on Instagram and Facebook. So, hello, how are you? Good, I hope. Okay, so this is a bit of meditation. It's a chance to meditate together. It's not a class, it's just, yeah, a chance to meditate together. I will explain a little bit about what I do and how I meditate. That's for the benefit of people who are not used to meditating. If you're used to meditating, great. If you could just hang on for a little bit while I explain. For me, the whole point of meditation is kind of more important than the practice of meditation, because if I didn't have a good reason to do it, I wouldn't keep doing it. And I've been doing it for a long time. So what I'm aiming to do when I meditate is I'm aiming to connect with the place inside me that I connect to every night, but I just don't do it consciously. It's the place I go to after I sort of drop out the bottom of my dreams. So I go to sleep dreaming, and then I drop out of it into somewhere where there's no thoughts, there's no dreams, there's no personality. I have no awareness of myself in the way that I'm normally aware of myself. I have no body, I have no country, house. My whole story is non-existent. Nothing really to speak of. It's a bit like death, I suppose, or what I imagine death might be. But, you know, I love going to sleep. Most people do. I run to it. And then in the morning when I wake up, I'm refreshed. So some part of me knows that it's a good place. So that's where I'm headed. That's my intention, is to connect with that place when I'm in meditation, but to do it consciously. Because, as I say, I do it unconsciously when I'm asleep. So I want to connect to it consciously. So because there's no thoughts there, I have to make a little arrangement with my mind where I go, could you not think for 15 minutes because I want to do some meditation? Now my mind is usually well up for this idea. It's like, yeah, great, totally into it, love meditation. The thing is, stopping thinking is easy enough. Thinking is pretty much like your TV. It's made of pictures and sound. Sounds can be all sorts of different voices, but ultimately it's just sound. So you can, if you turn off the pictures and you turn off the sound, that's it, you're not thinking. That's easy. The difficult bit is to maintain that, because your mind is, or my mind anyway, from the time I become conscious in the morning till the time I go unconscious or go into sleep, I'm just thinking the whole time. I even start thinking before I wake up, because the dreams are, you know, they're sort of a thinking. It's a different kind of thinking, but it's still thinking. So my mind is just used to thinking all the time, and it has been for as long as I can remember. So it's just hard, really hard for it to stop. It would be a bit like asking my body to stop breathing for 15 minutes. So once you focus on the fact that your mind wants to get involved in meditation, unfortunately there's a kind of a barrier to it. It can't go there with you. That's why you have to stop. So you have to kind of part the curtains of your mind to go into this place. Or you're going into a room and your mind is kind of outside the room, waiting outside for you. And it gets bored and it starts, what was that noise over there? Or, you know, it's like that movie where the dog has gone squirrel. That's like what your mind is. So I'm alerting you to all that if you're new to meditation, because it's easy to feel like you're not good at meditation. It's surprising the number of people I've talked to who you mention something about meditation comes up and they go, oh no, it's not for me. My mind is too busy. I've got a very busy mind, which is not true. Meaning, like your mind is no more or less busy than anybody else's. I don't think. It's just really lack of understanding, I think, about how meditation works, because the intention is to go to this mysterious place where all the kind of cliches about meditation are true. It's completely still, it's eternal, it's mysterious, it's beautiful. That's the intention of meditation. But the practice of meditation is, you know, close your eyes, turn off the pictures, turn off the sound. Okay, great. And then 2 seconds later, you realize you've been thinking for 2 seconds. You're like, oh, I'm thinking. Bring yourself back, turn off the pictures, turn off the sound. 2 seconds later, thinking again. Now, if you don't know what you're doing, you could go, oh, for God's sake, I'm just sitting here thinking, this couldn't be any good, nothing's really happening. But there are a lot of really powerful things happening. The two main ones are the fact that you make time in your day. The fact that you go, out of this 16 to 18 hours that I'm awake, I'm just taking this 15 minutes to focus on this deeper part of myself, this possibly eternal part of myself. That's really powerful because you're stopping the momentum of the day, you're pausing, you're giving your nervous system a chance to reset. That's a nice physiological benefit as well. And then the fact that you keep bringing your mind back to not thinking, that's powerful as well. Really powerful. Because you could have turned off the sound, turned off the pictures, and be quite still, and then suddenly you are, or not suddenly, but 2 seconds, 5 seconds, 10 seconds later, you're in the middle of this thought about something that's been bothering you. This person misunderstood you, and how could they understand me? And then you go, oh, right, that's right, I'm supposed to be meditating. So you turn off the pictures and turn off the sound. So the thought that was like completely, you were covered over by this thought of like, how could that person not understand me? Suddenly you're like, it's like you almost like, you come away from it and you're like, oh, that's right, I'm supposed to be meditating. The fact that you're doing that, what was so personal and what you felt like was you, suddenly you're looking at it going, oh, that's me thinking. Then without saying it, you're going, I am not this. I am not these thoughts and feelings. A minute ago, a second ago, an instant ago, I thought I was, but now I'm looking at them going, oh yeah, turn off the pictures, turn off the sound. That's very powerful. And the fact that you do that repeatedly adds up. It brings the mystery closer to the surface. And you end up having all those benefits that are talked about with meditation. You generally are more peaceful, more joyful, you don't take yourself so seriously, you get the cosmic joke a lot more. So yeah, in the course of like in this next 15 minutes, I would probably be bringing my mind back 200, 300 times, and that's fine. I don't have like a problem with that. It's not like I'm going to get irritated by that. That's the practice of meditation. So yeah, the intention is you're going into this mysterious place. That's great. And then the practice is that you're continually bringing your mind back to not thinking, continually, gently shepherding it back to not thinking. So, parallel with all that not thinking business, I'm also scanning my body for tension, and anywhere I find tension, I'm letting it go. And I use my out-breath to let it go. And I'm paying particular attention to anywhere that goes transverse in my body. My body, if you think of your body like a stream that runs from your head to your feet, anywhere that goes across is a bit like a log in the stream. It's a place where attention can build up, or accumulate. So I'm checking my eyes, I'm checking my mouth and my tongue, I'm checking my shoulder girdle, all my joints, my shoulder joints, my elbows, wrists, fingers, my respiratory diaphragm, all my intestines, because they're going all over the place. My pelvic floor, hips, knees, ankles, feet. And yeah, with the out breath. It's funny, but it's important to remember to breathe when you're meditating. I know that sounds silly, but it's surprising when you're doing all this. I'm not thinking, I'm turning off the pictures, I'm turning off the sound, I'm bringing my mind back, I'm letting out tension. It's actually easy to kind of like hold your breath without meaning to. So yeah, remember to breathe, and with the out breath, you let go any tension that you find. So I'm sort of scanning my body from my head to my feet and back up again, very slowly, letting go of tension. I set a timer because I don't want to be thinking about how long I've been meditating for, which I would do if I didn't have a timer. So if you're new to meditation, 15 minutes can be a long time. I know that sounds crazy, but it can be. So maybe set your own timer for 5 minutes and then just do that 3 times. Okay. So if you've got any questions or you want to sort of share anything about your own practice, feel free in the comments. But for now, let's get on with it. So I don't talk through it because, as I say, it's not a class, it's just a chance to meditate together. Okay, so 15 minutes starting from now. the timer. Okay, great. Thanks very much for meditating with me, and see you tomorrow. Alright, bye.